Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul from the Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, 18 North Washington. I want to welcome you back. Hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. And what better way to kind of recover from our Thanksgiving holiday with some yoga. So I'd like you to start in our normal seated position. Bring your palms together to the center of the heart. Bow your chin to chest. And as always, we want to set an intention for our practice. This is a dedication for our practice. In yoga, we believe in good karma, which it really is, in its simplest terms, means that if you have good thoughts and actions, that good thoughts and actions will happen to you in your life. This intention can be set for a friend, a family member, maybe someone you don't even, are not necessarily on good terms with. But for whoever the intention is for, just know that they will get just as many benefits from today's practice as you do. So just bow our chin, sealing in that intention, knowing that we can come back to that intention at any time during our practice. If our mind starts to wander, if our breath starts to struggle, if it's maybe just not our day, coming back to that intention, that dedication, which is the real reason that we're doing our practice, along with helping ourselves. Come back up. Let's get right into that Ujjayi breath, that yoga breath. The deep inhales through the nose and exhale through the nose, constricting the back of the throat, making that fogging of the mirror sound. We want to have this breath slow and controlled throughout all our poses in our practice. No rushing, no huffing and puffing, because when we do that, then that becomes a workout, and that's not what we're doing. We're doing yoga. So everything's slow and controlled. So still in a seated position, we're just going to start to warm up the body. Take your hands and arms, bring them behind your back, interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as we lift our head and open up our chest. Then release. Bring your arms in front of you, interlace the fingers, press the hands forward as you round the back, opening up the upper back. And exhale one more time, bring the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up the chest. Exhale, straighten the arms in front of you, interlace the fingers, press them forward as you round the back. And exhale, shake them out. Now we're going to roll forward in the tabletop pose, or hands and knees pose. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a quick look back. If you see your feet, just bring them back behind the knees. And we're just going to do a few cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, slowly round the back. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. 2 more times. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. And 1 more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Come to a flat back. Bring the big toes of your feet together. Sit back on your heels. Fold forward into our first child's pose of the morning. As I always say, if during the practice your mind, your body, your breath struggle, come back to this pose. When I see my students during a practice come to this pose, I know that they are really taking care of their body and they're letting go of the ego. They're not letting yoga become a competition, because it's not. It's all about taking care of your body. Inhale, slowly come back up to tabletop, hands and knees pose. Just going to do simple core and balance work. So we're going to inhale our left arm straight in front of us, bicep by our left ear, our left thumb up to the sky, our gaze to the front of the mat. And then if this feels good, you can extend your right leg back about hip height, toes pointed toward the back of the mat. And then exhale, release the arm and the leg back to the ground. And then we're going to do the other side. Inhale the right arm straight in front of you, thumb up, right bicep by your right ear, gaze to the front of the mat. Then if you'd like, you can extend your left leg back about hip height, toes pointed toward the back of the mat. And release. So we're just going to do a little bit of a flow. So we're going to inhale the left arm and extend the right leg back. Exhale, place both onto the mat. Inhale the right arm straight, left leg back. Exhale both to the mat. Inhale, left arm, right leg back. Exhale, both to the mat. Inhale, right arm straight, left leg back. Exhale, both to the mat. Inhale, right arm straight, or left arm straight, right leg back. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, right arm straight, left leg back. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, left arm straight, right leg back. And if you want, you can bend your right knee, grab your right foot with your left hand and kick into your hand. But you don't have to. And release. The other side, inhale the right arm straight, left leg back, hold. And if you want, you can bend your left leg, grab your left foot with your right hand, kick into it. Maybe look over your right shoulder. And release. Coming back to flat back. Bring the toes, big toes of your feet together. Come back into child's pose. Very slowly come up to tabletop and make your way to a seated position. Take a quick breather, get a drink of water, and we'll see you in our next segment with our standing poses.
Hi, this is Connie again from Connie's Kitchen, coming to you from Treetop Lodge, the place where magic happens and unicorns roam freely. Of course, you have to come to the lodge to understand about the unicorn thing, but they're everywhere. We'll be doing a wide variety of cooking shows here on Oxford Community Television, and I personally would like to thank the crew for coming out and giving me this opportunity to share my passion and what I love to do with you from Connie's Kitchen. So please join us on OCTV, join us at the lodge, and look for us all over the town. And if you see unicorns, they probably came from here. See you soon.
Let's take a walk. Down paths of green star stone, over dunes of Kalkaska sand, across bridges, up boulevards, along grand verandas, through the priceless and the timeless. Let's walk out of the world as we know it and into the world we don't. A new trailhead awaits. Where it leads is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, our standing poses. So I want you to bring your feet about hip distance apart, and our hips are not as wide as we think, so you just want maybe a foot apart. Bring our palms together at the center of the heart. We're going to do a few sun A's. So we're going to inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, slowly fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back to the top of a push-up, keeping the elbows in tight, lower all the way down to the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. You might want to bicycle the feet. The head drop. Hands really spread and pressed into the mat. Don't worry if your heels don't touch the mat. Eventually they will. Then every next exhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk. Step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Right into the next one. Inhale, the arms up to the sky. Exhale, slowly fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back. Top of a push-up, lower all the way down to the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale. Uncurl the toes, lift the hips, down dog, 5 breaths. The end of your next exhale. Look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Last one. Inhale, the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back. Top of a push-up, lower all the way down to the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. About 5 breaths. The end of your next exhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step, both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms together, center of the heart. Take a quick break. Now continuing with our standing poses. This time I want you to take a wider stance. So you're probably going to have your feet off the mat. Your toes are pointed toward the front of the mat. Arms out to a T. We're going to inhale. Exhale the hands to the waist. Then we're going to inhale a little back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold forward. And this time, take your right hand, place it on the mat. Then we're going to inhale our left arm, twisting over to the left. Exhale, bring the left hand to the floor. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, the left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Gently inhale the right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale the left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Bring both hands to the waist. Very slowly come back up. Arms out to a T. We don't want to come up too fast, because if we do, then we'll become dizzy in our head, and we don't want that, because then you could lose consciousness, which we definitely don't want. So continuing with our arms out to a T, inhale, exhale the hands to the waist. This time, take your arms, bring them behind the back. Inhale, little back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Your hands can stay on your back, or to become deeper into the pose, you can just bring them off, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Give a little bend in your knees. Release your bind, bring your hands to the waist. Slowly come up to standing, arms out to a T. Step both feet to the front of the mat, palms together at the center of the heart. Now we're just going to do quick balance pose. Balance is good for the core. Starting on our left side, really ground the left foot into the mat. Bring your hands to the waist. So we're going to inhale the right knee up. Oh, if I don't fall over. Bring your right hand to the right knee, standing up tall. Take both hands, grab behind your right knee, bring your knee to your nose, release, and then slowly extend your right leg. Don't place your right foot on the mat. Standing up tall, we're not leaning back, we're just lifting our leg with our hip flexors. Toes pointed toward you. And release, shake it out. To the right side, right foot into the mat. Inhale, left knee up. Place your left hand on your left knee, standing up tall. Grasp both hands behind the left knee, pull it up. Then release, extend the left leg, toes pointed back, standing up tall. And then release, shake it out. So we'll take a quick break, maybe get a drink of water, and then we'll finish in our final segment, our seated poses and final meditation.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard. You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.
Welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. We're just going to do a quick standing pose and then finish with our seated poses and closing meditation. So we're going to do chair pose or Utkatasana. So you want to bring your feet a little bit close together. They don't have to touch. They can, but they don't have to. Bring your palms together. We're just going to inhale, extend the arms up, and we're just going to sit down into a chair. Take a quick look down, make sure your knees are over your ankles. They're not over your toes. If you can't see your toes, come up a little bit. Arms are strong. Your gaze eventually will be to the sky. Now we're going to inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit back into a chair. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit down into a chair. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit back into a chair. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit down into the chair. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit back into the chair and hold. And straighten the legs, bring the palms together, center of the heart. Now widen your stance a little bit as we get to Buddha squat, transition down to our to a seated pose. So come down into a Buddha squat. Palms in front of you, sitting up tall. If this is too uncomfortable for you, then just come to sit on your bottom. Take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip, left hand behind your left hip, and come down into a seated position. Just going to finish up with a few yin poses. Yin poses, we hold them for longer, about 3 to 5 minutes, but for this portion, we won't hold them for that long. They're good for the joint areas, they're good for the ligaments, the tendons, which are called connective tissue, connecting muscle to bone, bone to bone. As I have incorporated yin more into my practice, I find that it has actually helped me in my regular, what we call yang practice, where we don't hold the poses for quite as long. So the first one we're going to do, just widen your legs a little bit, but only as much as comfortable. I want you to take your hands, place them by your hips, and pressing your fingertips into the mat, just push yourself up. It kind of tilts the pelvis forward. And then just place your hands on the mat, but only as far as comfortable. Close the eyes, let the chin drop. The breath go. I find that these yin poses are a great way to meditate. So if you've always wanted to meditate, but either were intimidated by it or didn't know where to start, yin poses are a great way to meditate because you're, like I said, you're going to be in the poses for a little bit. So calms the mind and you're actually kind of doing something. And slowly come up. Straighten the legs in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet together. Keep them away from the mat. Doing another yin pose called butterfly. And again, just take your fingernail, bring your hands by your waist. And on your fingertips, just press yourself up, which tilts the pelvis forward. And then just fold forward. Let the chin drop. Arms down. Eyes close. Round the back. Very slowly come back up. Then gently make your way to lie on your back. Bring the knees into the chest for a hug. Maybe rock side to side. Now we're going to do a spinal twist, and it's a little bit different than the spinal twists we've been doing. So what you're going to do is take your right leg, cross it on top of your left leg. You're going to bring your arms out to a T, so everything is still pretty similar to the regular spinal twist. And then you're just going to let the knees drop over to the left. We should have started on the right, but we're going to start with the left. And just gently let them go over to the left. Just a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a different kind of twist, but we're still doing the same thing. Bring the legs and the gaze back to center, and we're just going to reverse. So take your left leg, bring it on top of your right, and just let them fall over to the right, and you can keep your head at center, or if it's available, you can lift your head and take your gaze over the left shoulder. Again, it's just a little bit of a different kind of spinal twist. But again, it's very gentle. We're not forcing anything here. Come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then make your way to a seated position at the front of the mat. Legs crossed. Bring your palms together at the center of the heart. Close your eyes and bow your chin to chest, coming back to that intention. Knowing that that intention reaped all the benefits, just like you did during your practice this morning. Thank you so much for letting me lead you in your practice of Rise and Shine Yoga this morning. The light in me bows, shines, reflects the beautiful energy that is within you. And we end with Namaste.
There is a place where the air is pure and water runs sparkling clean. There is a place where a small, quaint village stands, surrounded by vast meadows and rolling hills. That place is the jewel of Oakland County. It's called Oxford, Michigan. If your dream or vision is for a safe, secure, and better life for you and your family, this is your invitation to come see for yourself the wonderful experience that could be yours. It's true that many lakes, nature trails, fishing, and over 500 acres of parks attract lots of people to Oxford. But there's much, much more. Quaint little shops, small pubs, and many unique fine restaurants. Near the center of town is a white church with a steeple, and a park where a live band can be heard playing from the gazebo on hot summer nights. You are easily transported into a more relaxed and unhurried time. Although the village of Oxford reminds you of years past, the warmth and pride of its hard-working residents truly sets it apart from other communities. Oxford School Board has worked with parents to provide their children with the finest education possible. The result? A modern global school system with the first world-renowned international high school program, the 5th Core World Language and Culture program, and 11 premier sister schools expanding the globe from China to Mexico. Oxford residents are safe and secure in knowing they have one of the most modern police and EMT forces in Oakland County. If your vision is to start or expand a new business venture in a fiscally responsible environment, Oxford, Michigan welcomes you with open arms. We are one of the few Oakland County communities to offer the unique one-stop program, where Oxford officials make it easy for developers and builders to complete their projects from start to finish. The one-stop process cuts through financial and legal red tape, frustration that usually faces entrepreneurs as they try to get their project off the ground. If your dream is for a new business venture or a better life for you and your family, there is a place called Oxford, Michigan. You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.